Commit your way to the Lord, trust in him, and he will act. Psalms 37:5. So we're starting out with the back of Mackenzie's hair, and this is going to act as her undercut in a way. I just sectioned off into small squares, and then I twisted each of those sections to keep them nice and tight and together. And I use this Salon Pro 30-second gel. So this is what it looks like, and then I'm crisscrossing it. Can you see that crisscross? I took one from the bottom over to the one on the side. Here's a little more light for you, and you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to crisscross, and she'll have two sections of crisscross. And this is what it's looking like. And I'm going to kind of gel those upwards when I'm done with both of these sections. So I'm going to finish this off. Really, really easy, and then rubber band it up. So that's what the finished look is looking like. And like I said, this is going to act as Mackenzie's undercut to keep her hair from extending too far down, and it keeps me and you from having to cut the hair if you are not really experienced in cutting. So I went on and put her hair into a ponytail, and I'm just gelling down these little ponies from her undercut, and I'm just going to get them as slick and as smooth as I can. And I'm going to use that same gel. I have not transitioned into another gel. I'm using that same gel to slick it down as smooth as I possibly can. See, that same Salon Pro 30-second gel. Then I'm taking a brush, a good bristle brush, and I'm catching all those little curls because she has really, really curly hair. Mackenzie has her mother's hair and it's really curly. And then I'm going to lay that down with a regular cotton scarf and tie it up for about 30 minutes just to kind of give that gel time to sit. 30 minutes to an hour. Isn't she cute? So after that, I started to put on my wrap, my silicone. I think it's silicone based wrap. I'm not sure, but this is it. This is the Argan Oil Weave Wonder Wrap, and it's also by 30-second. I will have in the description box below everything that I use. I did do 2 layers of the Wonder Wrap. Please be sure to blow dry each section. By this time, Mackenzie is asleep, and this is my 3rd layer. Please layer each of these wraps, each application of these wraps, and thoroughly blow dry them. I did have to go back and blow dry the middle where I put her ponytail just because it was just too thick, and you want to make sure that it's dry. She's awake now. Hey, cutie. And I went back and I kind of opened up sections and blow dried them, which is okay. You want to keep it nice and dry because it's not going to give much circulation, and you don't want to have a fungal infection in your child's scalp or your client's scalp. So now I'm just taking a regular wig cap, and this is what I'm going to use as another layer of protection. I'm taking that Weave Wonder Wrap again, and I'm putting it on, and then I'm going to put the wig cap on top of that. Now, my son was my cameraman, so there will be sections in this video that are just kind of wobbly. Y'all just give my son time. Oh, Lord, we working with what we got, okay? He did his best, and I'm super proud of him and the job that he put in. He put in that work for me. So I put down the wig cap, and I'm just pressing it in. I'm pressing in that Wonder Wrap so that kids just moving her little legs so that it goes through the cap. I am not putting it on her undercut. I'm just getting as close as I can to it and just letting it penetrate that wig cap. As you can see, it's not that hard. It's not rocket science. And then after that, y'all, I'm just gonna blow dry it until it gets nice and hard. And this was Kenzie's face when she was getting all this done. And she was happy once I was done. And this was my face. God, be patient with your child. This is a long process, but it is so well worth it because she's going to be wearing this for about a month or two. So now that the cap is dry with its Weave Wonder wrap, I'm going to cut off that excess cap really gently, really carefully. Do not cut your client's hair or your child's hair. Be very, very careful with this part. Again, this is just an added layer of protection. That Weave Wonder wrap comes off with water. So when I go to remove this style from my daughter's hair with some water and a little rubbing, it will all come off. So this cap just kind of gives her an extra layer of protection from all that glue. That glue will also come off as well along with this cap. So this is what it looks like. And there's the sides. It's all the way dry, and we're ready to lay these checks down. So there's my beautiful baby girl, and this is where I'm going to begin her bang. This style only took 1 pack of straight hair. It's all in my baby face. It only took 1 pack of straight hair in the color B. And you just cut and glue and layer. Really, really easy, really, really simple. And I'm using also Salon Pro's hair bonding glue. So get you a good thick layer. Again, you have protected your child's hair. This glue will not penetrate that cap or those layers of Weave Wonder that we put on. So make sure that these tracks are laid and nicely bonded. If your child is anything like my baby girl Mackenzie, then you want to make sure that your tracks are not going anywhere. She keeps her hands in her hair all the time, and we want to make sure that when she does, she's not loosening any tracks. And the great thing about this is you can always go back and re-glue a track and not have to worry about the glue bonding too much in her hair. I also added purple, and I also added some pieces on the sides to give me a rectangular shape across the front of her hair. At this point, I'm going ahead and cutting her bang because she was complaining that it was in her face. So just to make it easier for her, I am going to have to go back and cut more, but to make it easier for her, I went on and cut it now. So you can see that purple peeking through. She loves purple. I am no expert. I don't even have shears, you guys. I'm just using what I have, and this was the final result. And there's her pretty little undercut, and I tried to give her the best bangs I could. So moving on, she will have a ponytail with hair hanging down in the back. So if you go underneath, you'll see her undercut, but if you're not going underneath, you won't see too much of anything except hair. Now I'm just laying tracks upon tracks thick enough, not too thick, but not too much, because this is a little girl's hair. Now we're going to work on the ponytail. Please pay close attention. It's not hard, but it does take time. This part you want to work in small sections, so I'm just gluing a little bit at a time. Do not think that you can glue the whole track up and start spinning the way you're about to see me spin this hair. Use small sections at a time. Again, work with my son. He is my cameraman. But I'm just taking, when I put my cap on, I made sure to give me a good indentation of, for my ponytail, and I'm wrapping it around her realistic ponytail. I'm working at the end so that when her hair is laid down, you won't get to see what's underneath. And I'm working from the top to the bottom, and I'm working really slow. Give yourself time on this part, because you do not want to see, what's underneath here. So take your time, add a sufficient amount of glue, and blow dry in between. Again, take your time. You really want this to come out looking good because people are going to be looking at this part of the hair. You want it to be real nice and put together. This took me about 10 minutes just because I really wanted to make sure that it was on. Make sure it's dry before you move on, completely dry before you move on. And like I said, work in small sections. Get your hair out of the way so that when you comb it, there's not hair stuck in between. And work your glue. And keep wrapping. Nice and tight. And I wanted to show you guys this in real time because I don't want you to think, oh, it's a quick process. This ponytail, you want to invest time in this ponytail. This ponytail is a very important element of the style and you want to get this right. So keep going, take your time, work those small sections and get it looking right. And this is the end. I'm working on the last piece right here. And I'm just going to take that little piece that you see in my hand and I'm going to wrap it around. If you want, you can use more. You just need enough to cover that track. I'm not really concerned about it because baby girl is going to have a bow on the majority. Actually, anytime she goes out, she will have a bow on. So that'll cover up most of this style or most of the transition between the ponytail and the track hair. But if you are not using a ponytail, just wrap that track line with some hair and you are good to go. Again, please, y'all, do not be afraid of the blow dryer. Make sure that you blow dry completely. Again, we do not want a fungal infection when this style, when your style comes down. So that's the final look, or the final look for the ponytail. And right now I just brushed everything up and I'm gonna lay this last piece. Y'all, I'm telling you, it was like a hairstyle meant to be done. There's some light for you. This was one pack. Aside from the purple piece, which is optional, one pack of hair for this style for my daughter. So this was a very inexpensive hairstyle. I think the pack of hair was like $6. You cannot beat that. And this hair is, you can straighten it, you can bump it, you can curl it, you can layer it. It's very versatile for your child and for yourself or for your client. Okay, so pause. You see that section right there where her bang starts? I did add some hair right there to cover that up, and you can get that from underneath where you first started laying tracks and just cut you a small piece off. Next, I trimmed her ends to give her kind of a layered, more natural look for her ponytail. And I took off about 1/2 inch or so, and then I kind of just went in like I did with the bang and cut it. And then I flat ironed it and kind of bumped it, which is, you know, like I said, something you can do with this hair. And this is the final look. This is what it's looking like. I also bumped those bottom ends. And y'all, this was the first time my daughter has had like longer hair. And honey, her hair was moving like a bobblehead. And I had to, you know, kind of train her, keep your head still, you know, try to keep it as straight as possible. But we worked through it, y'all. We made it do what it does. And I'm loving the results. My daughter's loving the results. And it's definitely something that I think you should try. So this is what it looked like once we put the bow in, and I wanted to give you some shots of every angle. You can definitely see those layers in her ponytail. And the thing about this, which, you know, I really love, look at her little duck lips. I love that, you know, it's a beautiful style, but she doesn't look too grown. She still looks like a child. She still looks like a beautiful little girl, which is exactly what she should look like. So she was really pleased, and I'm really pleased. And I have some cute little photos at the end of this video, and I'm so glad. Oh, my baby's cute. I'm so glad that you tuned in and saw the video to the end, and I cannot wait to catch you in the next one. See you later. Until then, you guys be so very blessed.